grande inovação, and in the name of INESC Lisboa, I would like to call to the stage Professor Leonel Sousa, President of INESC Lisboa, which will be presenting the ecosystem of infrastructure, research and development. Thank you very much.
So thank you very much for coming in, for visiting us. So I'm going to talk on behalf of INESC Lisboa. INESC Lisboa is a private research institute. I think we were the first in this model in Portugal. We started in the early 80s. So we are a private, non-for-profit research R&D institute. And at that time we are spread a lot across the country. So we have one in Porto, another in Coimbra, another one in Aveiro, then in Lisbon. And at a certain point, the model became quite large, and we decided to split. First of all, in terms of regions. So now INESC Porto is INESC Tech. So Porto is part of INESC Holding, but it's not anymore the single INESC. And in Lisbon, we have 3 research institutes. And these 3 research institutes just have a couple of years working individually, but decided beginning of 20 just become again a kind of framework and a kind of platform that integrate these 3 research institutes. And we will see that we have a variety of topics that we cover. And also from the fundamental research till the market, we have all the chain. And so I will try in 15 minutes just to present what we do at INESC Lisboa. So let's try to move. Maybe this way. Okay. It was my fault. So this is the main objective. So we just set up 3 or 4 years ago, so I think in 20, this INESC Lisboa platform. So we exploit internal synergies, but it's not the most important. So the most important is to strengthen the external visibility and also to have impact in society. So it's a kind of chain that together can make from fundamental research to as we will see. So we promote innovation. So we create at national and international level a recognized ecosystem. We will see the figures of merit of the research institutes. We promote the value of scientific knowledge, which is not easy, as you know, with economic and social impacts in the different areas that we have. So let's move and just present. So Fernando is here, is the administrator, president of one of the research institutes, which is INOV. Then we have Paul Freitas from INESC. It's more on technology. We have a clean room there, so you can visit in the afternoon. I think it's not in the program, but it's close to the IST. And then we have Inês Luís, that is the president of INESC. Is more related with informatics, and most of the professors from IST are working at INESC. And then we have a kind of executive board, and I'm the president of this executive board that is the platform that just put together these 3 research institutes. So let's start from INESC. So the president, as I said before, is Inês Luís for I think 3 or 4 years. So it covers a lot of different areas. So you can see from artificial intelligence, so communication networks, distributed parallel secure systems. So you have a bunch of areas: nanoelectronic circuits and systems, sustainable power systems. So these are the 11 research pillars of this research institute that is INESC. So I will give you the number of researchers at the end, but in this research institute we have around 90 faculty members from IST. So all the informatics department and part of the electronic and computer engineering department, the professors are there doing research, so they can cover all these areas that you have in this slide. So it's we have green energy and smart converters, so more power electronics side. And we organize for the outside, these are the research areas, but we organize for the outside in 4 thematic lines. So, and these are energy transition, life and health technology, digital transformation, and security and privacy. So it's are the thematic lines supported by the research areas that go to the outside and have impact on society. Then the second research institute is in microsystems and nanotechnologies. And we have a clean room there. It was the first in Portugal and it's still running. It's not the state of the art. It doesn't do silicon at 4 nanometers, but it does a lot of interesting things like putting magnetic materials on the top of silicon circuits, doing magnetic sensors, working for the storage devices, and I think it has 5 main research groups, more related with the technology. So one of them is spintronics and biosensors. The other one is on MEMS and bioMEMS, and the third on materials and simulations. So you see that everything is around nanotechnology and microtechnology. So it's, they have a bunch of research projects and contracts with the industry at the international level. So they are very well known. So the president is Professor Paul Freitas. He did the PhD in the USA, at CNU, and then stayed on IBM for some time, and then returned and is leading and running the institute. I cannot forget to say a couple of things also from INESC and INESC. So after these 2 groups, that is wide bandgap and advanced sensors, interfaces and circuits, is an important area of INESC, microelectronics and nanotechnology. So either INESC and INESC are evaluated by the Foundation for Science and Technology with the highest grade in terms of quality, so they are excellent research institutes. And INESC is also a center for technology transfer to the companies. So they is together, and so both institutes are also what we call laboratories associated, which means that they are recognized by the government through the impact on the public policy. So it's a kind of award that we have in Portugal for a dozen or 2 dozens of research institutes, and both has this kind of quality seal. And then, last but not least, we have INOV, which is the one that you have here. Fernando Moreira is the president of the Administration Council. INOV is a quite important institute in our ecosystem. It has these R&D areas that you have here, so there are some overlap with INESC. It's not a surprise, but they collaborate a lot since the INESC was together, and again you see that there is a new energy in this kind of collaboration, which combines the fundamental research with the development and the transfer to the society. So you have the communication networks, also artificial intelligence, cyber physical systems, cyber security, enterprise computing, which does not exist in any of the other research institutes, and remote monitoring. So I heard someone talking about fire and forest. So they have a surveillance system that is quite used in Portugal, and they invested a lot in the development of the system. So I think it's it's a topic that you can immediately see matches and collaborate between your community and the community, the ecosystem of INESC. So once again, like INESC, we have the application areas. So we have these R&D topics that support the application areas, and you have bioeconomy, health, industry, safety and security, and telecommunications are the application areas that corresponds to the thematic lines of INESC in different topics. So just looking a bit to the numbers, I don't like to put only numbers, but I think it's interesting to look to the figures of merit. So these are numbers from 2020. So we are more now than 350 researchers and technical staff, which means engineers, technicals with the undergrad and grad degrees. We have more than 100 PhD students, that are doing the PhD with the researchers in these three institutes, and in all of them, we have more than 400 publications per year, so it's if you look, it's more than, let's say, I think we have in total, I don't know, 180 PhD members, so we have, roughly, we have 2 publications per year per PhD member. But it's not only the quantity, so we evaluate and monitor quite close the quality, so we just publish in top values. We have more than 130 projects, and once again, we have more now than in 2020, so, and the turnover at that time was 10 million, now we have the recovery program that just increases a lot this budget, so we have I think 50 millions at the moment, more than 50 millions in 2024. So these are the numbers. We are active in terms of spin-offs and patents. You see that we have had 10 spin-offs, some of them closed, others just restarted. And from the INESC, we have companies that are quite important nowadays in Portugal. So we have, if you look, we have, for instance, Novabas is one of the most important companies that was a spin-off from INESC, and then became a very large company, one of the top companies in Portugal. So we do research with impact in society. We are not a kind of fundamental research environment or ecosystem. And that's what I have to say. We have time for a couple of questions. If you have questions, I'm here also till afternoon, so feel free to make questions. I try just to introduce briefly the 3 research institutes that compose the ecosystem of INESC Lisboa. You are going to listen to Fernando that explain in more detail INOV. And if you have more questions about INESC ID and also INESC MN, I'm here to answer. Thank you very much for your attention.